No, certainly we're not. We're not at all.
Hello and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the RDA. This is your Manchester United vs Southampton match preview, which is a weird one. I'll be honest with you, it is a weird one because I think last time we did this preview, Southampton were in the form of their lives. Obviously now we're playing them for the second time and it's a bit different. I wouldn't say but it's quite a lot different. The form has dropped quite a bit. They are actually behind Arsenal as we speak, who we just drew to yesterday. So if you are new to the channel, subscribe, smash a like, because we will be covering the tactics, the predicted team, and what we think is going to happen, score predictions, all of that. But gentlemen, before we get into the Southampton game, it's a ritual on the channel to ask you both, how are you feeling after we slept on the Arsenal result?
Better than last night. Much better. No, it was a bit annoying, a bit saddening that we drew to Arsenal when we should be beating them. And just in general, Sheffield, Arsenal, I feel like we've learned that this club is not ready. Maybe not necessarily title contenders, but they're not ready to be an elite team when it comes to football. We're not ready to go up against the big teams, go toe to toe with them, and feel like we have a good chance of winning, even though we don't pull tactics like parking the bus or being very one-dimensional. And yeah, we need to work on that. Ole needs to improve tactically. These players need to grow up. We need some signings, but we can't really dwell on that right now. And they kind of need to learn the job, and we need to take it head on and take on the next few games.
Yeah, imagine going Arsenal big team. Like I can't that. But yeah, I still think we should have won that game. No questions about it. We should have walked away with something more than just the 0-0. It was very disappointing, and just hoping that the form changes soon, because that's honestly unacceptable from the level that we're playing at as Manchester United, being in a title race at the moment. It's very much unacceptable levels that we're showing in the past two games. So we need to turn around against Southampton.
You say that, but that's exactly why I think we are not title contenders because I don't trust it. But if we were, let's just say we were serious about the title, that should have been 2 wins, and the turnaround. There's no doubt about it. It's a W against Southampton. There is no doubt about it. If you are serious, but we know this club, we are not serious. So hey, it is what it is. Personally, I'm feeling great now. Like I can't be asked. I don't even want to watch the next game. I'm in this. I'm like, what? It's backed. We're just back. I got nothing to look forward to. There's no reason
I feel like we can't dwell on it. Yes, us as fans, we kind of can because it's not our responsibility. But more so the players, they can't dwell on this. They need to be laser focused and they need to do what is necessary in the next few games. Because as much as there's Everton, you can say, and Southampton, they're not extremely difficult games. I think it's Southampton, Everton, West Brom, and Newcastle. We need to get at least 9 points there, in my opinion. I think we need to try to get 9 points there if we're serious about title talk. And for that, they need to focus. They need to get the defeat, the draw out of their heads and just say, you make mistakes, but it's all about how you bounce back.
Yeah, I think that's true. That's very true. But like you said, I'm a fan, and I won't lie to you. There's nothing I'm looking forward to in this game. There is honestly nothing I'm looking forward to this game. Obviously, it might change closer to the time, but at this moment, for some reason, I don't know what it is. I'm just like, I don't even know. I don't even know what it is. I don't know what it is. It feels like we're back at square one. Yeah.
We beat them when they were in good form. Watch us lose to them now because they're in bad form. It's just the United way.
Exactly.
It's the United way. But anyways, besides my depression about United, let's get into the game, starting with how we think is going to be tactically, because we know that Southampton's manager is tactically quite good. However, like I do say, because of their poor performances lately and their drop of form, you could question, obviously some people got excited, be like, I'll take him at United, I'll take him here, I'll take him there, he's a quality manager. It's debatable, yeah, it's debatable. I wouldn't take him yet because I would like to see how he carries on, similar to Poch. Let's see how Poch carried on, and then we can analyze it properly at the end of the season or after next season, something like that. But this is a manager, irrespective, that is held quite in high esteem. So, Clay, I know this is your boy, so I'm gonna let you talk about it. What do you think is gonna be like tactically in this game? From
Yeah,
Southampton
so
side, more important.
yeah.
From Southampton side.
From Southampton, they're very high work rates, very energetic, high pressing. It's going to be a tough game, but right now, with the uncertainty around Kyle Walker-Peters' fitness and James Ward-Prowse seemingly playing as a fullback at the moment, it's not looking too good for Southampton. There's a lot that needs to go on for them to progress further. But this recent slump in form has also been against really good teams and teams that have just regained their own form. So I wouldn't look too much into it because the Aston Villa game last night, there was a very close contest, and I feel Southampton should have walked away with at least a point from that. They put up a really, really good performance against a very, very fantastic Villa side right now. So I think this game's still going to be very tough despite their poor run of form, and I think they're going to be very pumped and ready to go against us.
I think every team's like this. And see United come into town, it's like smash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I have to agree. There's no shame for Southampton right now losing to a team like Villa because Villa are really, really on top of the world.
Yeah.
And yeah, because it's United, I think they're going to turn up because I feel like we don't have as much of a fear factor as Liverpool and Man City. They feel like they can go at us because we have frailties here and there. They'll feel like if they're really on it, they can cause us some trouble. And if I have to imagine how they're going to play, they're going to be a lot like Arsenal in the second half. Very organized. Press when they need to, defensive shape, kept, energetic when they move the ball, and they'll create more than enough chances. And it's going to be down to whether we have the steel to deal with that, which in terms of our first halves and in terms of our Old Trafford performances, we really haven't. And Southampton will punish us. The other type of team will go 1-0 up and they won't sit off. They'll get another one and we won't be able to come back like we couldn't against Sheffield United. So I think first protocol, we need to make sure we do not concede in the first half. That cannot happen. So these defenders need to be on it. And going forward, we need to match them in terms of intensity and energy. Because if there's a little bit of complacency, I think we can lose this game.
The irony is that last time we played Southampton, obviously, 2-0 up, and then United were like, no. Bruno and Cavani were like, probably no. And then, yeah, we won that game. However, I do agree with it. And what I've been saying this, I haven't been saying it for a week, but I think I said it in 2 previews ago when we played Sheffield. And I said it in the Sheffield preview. What did I want from United the most? To please start the game well, please get the first goal, and we haven't seemed to be doing that. We haven't done it for I don't even know how long. We always go down and make it hard for ourselves. So there's always that. I think you are right. Southampton will press us. They won't really park the bus really against us. I think United will, they'll play the game. They could probably play more of a counter-attacking game because obviously Southampton won't just sit back the whole time. So I think they will have opportunities to counter when it's on. I think it'll be a mixed tactics from Oli, Oli's normal things basically. Oli's normal things. Sometimes counter, sometimes pass around, sometimes possession, sometimes this long ball, sometimes diagonals. Who knows? What Oli does in the game. So it'll be pretty much all of that. And I'm gonna say one thing. I'm gonna say it now. So it's out of the way. Manchester United, if you are listening to this, don't give them a set piece. Don't. We will get hurt. What did I say last time in the Southampton?
I forgot about that.
I said last time in the Southampton preview, what did I say? If we give them a set piece, they're fucking scoring. They scored from a corner and they scored a free kick from Ward-Prowse. Nah. Don't give them a set
That's
piece.
a problem.
We are terrible at defending set pieces, and this is the best set piece team in the league. They have a magician called Ward-Prowse, and he will bend it from the corner flag into the roof of the net. That's what he can do. So don't. That's the only thing I'm gonna say. Don't do that.
This game has fumble Lucian all over it. It really does. And I'm hoping because it does, they'll do the complete opposite and play very well. But yeah, we touched on this, but we really need to work on how we play in the final third. Because I feel like lately we hold enough possession, but we're not relentless about it, And we eventually just get caught on the turnover ball, and there's only so much defending the centre backs can do, Eventually you'll make one mistake, and if they take that and you're not winning by 3, it's still a 0-0, you're winning by 1, you're in trouble. So we really need to be more relentless going forward, and that's something Ole needs to focus on, I think, in the next few weeks in training.
Yeah, if you say a few weeks, you only got a few days, really?
Yeah.
No, I'm just saying in general, it's something we need to
But
prioritize.
Again, it's been an issue. I'm not going to get it, but it's
That's
been an issue at this club. So moving forward, definitely should be something that we look to improve on. But right now, I don't see that changing in anywhere near this season. In my honest opinion, I don't see us changing that. Sadly,
Yeah.
He at least has to try. Because what else can you do, you know?
ignore it like he's been doing, admittedly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some,
Yes.
something something has to change, you know, because he can't keep doing the same thing over and over again. You know, like
We're
it
talking
doesn't
to
make
Ali
sense.
Khan at Solskjaer.
He can't do that it to somehow magically work eventually. It's a problem and you fix problems. So he needs to make some tweaks in the front line. He just needs to do something about it because it's going to cost us.
And actually, that's a big point I want to talk about on the show. But we'll get to it when we discuss the team, right? So we can get into that now. So let's discuss the team. I think we'll leave out the hair, obviously. In terms of the back line, I think that's what Ollie will play. I don't know why. I think I think Victor is kind of a bit more fitter now. I think he is. We probably could play 2 back-to-back games. And the sad thing is, personally, and I'm gonna ask you guys this personally, I would still rather have Eric Bailly play in this game, and I think it's a big problem. If Victor Lindelof, let's just say, is fit again, and we don't see Bailly again, and Bailly is also fit, it's going to start costing us games like how it used to. In fact, it could be exactly how we started off the same season. Now it's the second half of the season. We're playing those fixtures again, and we've started it the exact same way as we did at the beginning of the season. Poorly. Very, very poorly. So, for me, it has to be Eric Bailly, but I don't think so. You guys?
Yeah, I think there's a chance he could play. I think I heard he's fit and he has been playing him in these type of games. So I think there's a slight chance he could play. But we know that he likes Victor Lindelof, so there's also a chance he could play. It's not very clear. But if you're asking what I prefer, I'll obviously prefer Eric Bailly.
I'll only say,
Yeah.
and I was before Clay gives you say, I also said the only reason when I was writing this team out, is that I was thinking, Ollie's probably thinking Lindelof and Maguire has kept quite a few clean sheets lately, and that's been kind of a problem. So let's keep the clean sheets. And like Ollie said after the press conference at Arsenal, he just wants to get the forwards firing again. That's his next step. So in his head, he's probably thinking, these guys are back. They were my favorite centre backs. They have kept a few clean sheets against big teams. Then we play them, and then try to get the forwards working. But it's not good because, like I said, in these type of games, Lindelof and Maguire will cost you at some point. They will cost you. So that's what I was thinking.
Like playing Eric Bailly will make it easier for the forwards because I feel like that worry is a little less. You know that he's always there to block something, get tight to other teams' offensive players. And yeah, if we're going to be going all out position play, I think Eric Bailly is the way to go.
Personally, I think no Victor today, mainly because his lack of aerial ability, it just scares me in this game like this, especially against Southampton. Bednarik is fit, and Vestergaard I think is nearly back to full fitness.
Oh Lord.
So yeah, if we have those two in the box against Victor and Maguire,
You know what the scariest thing is? Clayton mentioned Vestergaard, and you guys will probably know him because if you're watching this, you probably just watch football in general. Anyways, Vestergaard is a unit. Like he is a unit. Like we're talking maybe 2
probably
meters.
one of the tallest players
probably,
in the league.
Yeah, probably he's bigger than Maguire. Let's just put it that way. He's bigger than Maguire.
Bigger than De Gea, boys.
Exactly. You know what the biggest problem is as well? When you have a play like that, and let's just say, like this way I bring it back to the set pieces. Let's just say we can see the corner. The worst thing about us is we will zonally mark. That means, you know what that means? That means there will be no one on Vestergaard. You know how scary that is? You're leaving the biggest man in the Premier League free. Aye. I can see a goal already. I can see it already.
Yeah, exactly.
And in fact,
So
it happened last time. So
yeah, Bednarik scored last time. Luckily, not Vestergaard
Not
for our
Vestergaard,
sanity. But yeah, again, they've got very dangerous, aerially threatening centre backs with a magician that can whip in balls. We need all the height we can get in the back line. So I would prefer just any other centre back that we have that isn't Victor just for this game. All those other attributes are fine, but just the heading, I'm looking at it and I'm just going, this is a giant red flag for a team that loves set pieces and loves scoring off headers and crosses in general. So that's a no from me, but I do see it happening as well.
which is the problem. So this problem as well. We've identified already one problem, and we haven't even gotten anywhere else. Just the back line, But it is what it is. It can work. Like I said, I'm not against that Lindelof Maguire. They can work. They will get to a clean sheet now and then and things like that. But if we bottle it, and let's just say hypothetically it was that scenario where Lindelof lost an aerial duel. There we go. There we go. Oh, he got beaten for pace, Maguire, and then there we go. But anyways,
Danny Ings can turn Maguire.
Danny Ings turning Maguire and Lindelof. That's when you want. You know what, just retire after. Just retire. If he turns, just retire. But anyways, moving into the midfield. Now I do love this midfield. However, I have some concerns as well. I don't think he will play that midfield for some reason. Even though I know it's because I'm trying to do the Ollie. I think Ollie could play it, but there's something telling me that's not fishy. I've only done that because I don't know what the full situation with Scott McTominay is. I think if Scott McTominay literally just had a tummy problem for one day because of something he ate and he is fine for this game, I think we will see McFred. But I'm doing this in case that McTominay is not available. So that's the midfield I got. Now honestly, I think that's our best midfield. Obviously, I would love Donny to be somewhere in the team, but I think that probably is our best midfield. And there's something I don't like about it in this game. I don't know what it is, but there's something I don't like about it. And again, it's one of those things where I'm frustrated now. Now I'm frustrated. I haven't given up on the Donny thing because I'm extremely frustrated with it. That is the perfect player who will solve a lot of our issues, and he's not playing games. Everyone rates this kid. He has not disappointed once, even when he plays. When he comes off the bench, whether he starts, Donny hasn't even had a bad game at United, and he still hasn't got games. And I'm telling you what, from now on, I'm increasing the deduction of points after each game for every time Donny doesn't play from now on. It was 2 previously. Now I'm going to go to 3. 3, if Donny doesn't start playing, I'm not start. Let's just say give him 40 minutes, 30 minutes, or even 20 minutes. 20 minutes, I'll be happy. 20 minutes of Donny van de Beek, I'll be happy. If I don't start seeing that, 3 points deducted. 3, and I've had it. But I think that'll be the midfield he goes for. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I think with the one he goes for, I'm just not sure how I
That's
feel
what
about
I'm
it.
saying, though. I don't know why, but I'm also not sure about it.
It's weird. I don't know. Part of me feels like Fred and Pogba might get run over. I don't know why. I feel like they might struggle to contain Southampton's midfield, but Donny doesn't make much of a difference in that case. So I guess what can you do? Well, there is something in there. You can play Donny, but he won't. Did I say Donny doesn't make a difference? I'm sorry. As a Scott, Scott doesn't make a difference in that regard. So what you can do is play Donny, but he won't play Donny. So for some reason, I'd like to see Donny and Fred. I don't know why, but at the same time, I still want to see Pogba. But at the same time, I still want to see Rashford on the left. I'm very confused. So, so I guess this is probably the best we can get.
Yeah.
Probably.
I think it's definitely going to be a difficult midfield battle for us. With whatever we put out, it's going to be a difficult midfield battle. Southampton probably some of the strongest midfielders in the league. And Romeo's back. I don't think he was fit for the game against us last time round.
I don't like Romeo. He always tries to injure players.
Yeah, a very strong and competent DM is going to pocket Bruno to the ends of this earth, and Pogba and Fred are going to have no impact
He'll irritate
whatsoever.
Bruno. He'll literally hard tackle into Bruno, frustrate him.
Exactly.
Might even get Bruno so pissed. Bruno could get a red card.
Yeah.
I hate Romeo. He's a cunt. That's what it is. It's nice to have him when he's in your team. When you're playing against him, it's not nice,
Yeah.
Weirdly enough, there's a weird part of me that wouldn't mind Pogba on the left if we played Donny. Honestly, I'd like to see that, and I'd like us to try overload the midfield with that, but it's not gonna happen. And I guess Rashford on the left is a goal threat, so I guess that's what Ole will be thinking because that'll be his first priority.
Yeah. Definitely, but it's just going to be a tough challenge regardless, and I think we could even see a Bruno Pogba Matic if we're not getting McFred, in all honesty, and just drop Fred for a game.
How can you drop Fred?
Which I don't like, but
I don't understand.
I could see it happening. That's the thing.
Would you drop Fred?
Yeah.
Fred, I would even say, doesn't even ever need a rest, probably. He's probably one of the most fittest as well. So I don't understand even why Fred is getting rested. He's getting he's actually getting too much rested. He's actually getting way too much rest, Fred. Which is...
Do you guys think Donny could play Fred's role? Out of curiosity.
So you're saying the best midfield on paper, Bruno, Pogba, and Donny. Is that what you're saying?
That's what I'm saying.
I don't like it.
Because I feel like I don't know where you are about his tackling, and that's the problem, and the defensive side of it. But I feel like in terms of retaining the ball, I think he could probably be just as good as Matic.
definitely.
Yeah, Donny
He
can
doesn't have the
play
defensive
anywhere
prowess.
from here upwards. He can play anywhere. But as a
I just feel
CDM,
like
yeah, or in the Fred role specifically. Yeah, no, you know, to be fair, in the Fred role, it's different because Fred, we still wouldn't say Fred is our CDM. So he probably could. He'd probably even be better than Fred. Who knows?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'd like to see it.
His
I'm
passing will
intrigued
be
by
way
it.
better than Fred. His football IQ is way
Way.
better than Fred. Is he as tenacious as Fred as in terms of like tacting and defensive side? I think Fred might have that over him, and that's kind of what Fred has to do.
I don't know. I don't think he's gotten much on it. And I think he played there from time to time at Ajax. So I know this game is very important. So maybe it's not the best time to
It's not the best
do what
time,
the
yeah.
Tinker Man does. But I don't know. Somewhere down the line, I'd like to see it.
Nah, that's fine. Imagine that's on midfield. I'd be happy. You know, Donny, Pogba, Bruno, yeah.
Solid.
But that's also why I want the
Solid.
diamond, and I don't want to go back into the diamond because this time, at the beginning of the season, we were already discussing that. Nah, he needs to play the diamond. He needs to play the diamond. And that's our best team on paper. We can get it, which is actually scary because that means our forwards haven't been firing basically the whole season. Because that's why we've considered the diamond all the time. You know, we didn't have Donny. That's why we had no choice to play with the 4-3. Now we do have Donny, quality player, never lets you down. Play the diamond, boss the midfield because that midfield will definitely boss anyone. Then you have four, so you probably will have an average of always one more midfielder or even equal with teams at the lower block that just plays standard 4-4-2. So you match them, and then even when you match them, our quality of play in the midfield is way better than anyone else. And that's personally why I always like the diamond, you know. So, but we'll never see it. But yeah. Donny
Not
needs to
again.
just. What we're basically just saying is we need to start seeing Donny play more. We got to see Donny play more.
Yeah.
He will fix a lot of problems at this team.
Mm,
Yeah, but you know how OLE'S, we probably won't see him.
definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sadly.
But anyways, I think that'll be the midfield. You know, it's not bad. I'm not gonna complain if that is our midfield. However, like I said, if I don't see a lot more of Donny, -3, and it's just gonna get worse and worse, I will not let Oli ruin this player's career. I will not
Yeah.
stand next to Oli ruining Donny van de Beek's career. It's not gonna happen. Not gonna happen. Not gonna happen. I refuse. I'm part of Donny FC, you know what I mean? I'm part of Donny FC. I want him to play. I want the boy to play. He deserves to play. Play him. You know, so it is what it is. However, let's talk about this front three, because this is probably the main talking point of the whole match preview. We've got problems here, boys.
Seriously.
Cavani is not really firing. We don't really play to Cavani's strength. Rashford is...
Not firing.
Yeah, hey, Rashford's not there. Martial, yeah. Where is Martial? Don't know where Martial. Greenwood is kind of back, but then are you going to rely on the young 19-year-old Mason Greenwood to carry the whole front three? Probably not.
Yes.
Yes, I would, but probably Oli won't. So, and there's another one. There's another kid. His name is Amad Diallo. He played his first game for the under-23s, got 2 goals against Liverpool's under-23s. Scored in 14 minutes. I think in Atlanta, for his senior debut in Atlanta, it took him 11 minutes or so, around the same mark as well, to get his first goal for Atlanta's, first
Too
team.
much.
So, here we go, boys. I'm going to ask you this question. What front three, it's going to be a big question, just answer it all. What front three are you picking? What front three are you picking? Where they're playing? And who you trusting? And would you bring Diallo into the front three?
I don't know if I'd start him, but I'd like to see him on the bench and see what he can bring on. But phew, this is hard. This is hard. I want to
Basically,
see
what I'm
Martial
asking,
back in
how
this
do you
game.
fix this?
I want to see Martial back in the striker role, to be honest.
I know how
And
to fix it.
I don't know. I just feel like we need to try maybe utilize our fullbacks a bit more.
Well, I think we have
for the
been.
work
I
that we
think,
can
to be fair
wings.
to Oli, I think he has tried to do that. We've seen
Yeah.
massive improvement in Aaron
Yeah,
Wan-Bissaka
true.
the last 2 weeks, and Luke Shaw in general.
Yeah, sure. But I feel like because we're seeing that improvement, it's something that we need to really focus on and try maybe get a lot of our creativity from there, kind of like Liverpool do, because we don't have wings who can give us that creativity. How do you do it most effectively, though? Because
But
there's the whole
before you
defensive
say that,
problem.
in the Arsenal game, I
Okay.
honestly feel that Luke Shaw and Aaron Wan-Bissaka were robbed blatantly of assists that day. So they kind of did do that. They put it on the plates, but no one finished it. So that's the problem. It's not even that. It's not even the creativity. Because like I said, I do think the fullbacks have been creating quite a lot. Our forwards aren't finishing anything. and I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. I don't know if people are not used to this. You know, coming right, then playing left, then the middle, then right, then left, then middle, then right, then rotation. Who are you gonna play? You know, I don't know what's going on. Don't know if it's confidence. Don't know what it is.
I
But our front line is not fire.
kind of like to do what Liverpool do, where they play a player like Firmino and possibly Martial, who drops back a little and creates that space for Rashford and Mason to drop into the middle, and kind of have like two fullbacks basically operating as two wingers. So I want us to see us employ that a lot more. And here's a little curveball. I know it sounds extreme, and don't judge me. It's going to be extreme.
Boy,
But do you think?
I beg, I beg. Please don't mention his name. I beg.
No, it's not a player.
Okay.
It's not a player. And this is going to be outrageous. I'm just throwing it out there. Just disclaimer before I say it. Do you think it's possible to try play a more progressive back three?
So you want the back five basically, but
You
with
want
our
two
full
short
backs.
football.
I want the back five. Yeah, I don't want to call it that because I feel like he's robbing Conte. I want Conte football. And I don't know. I feel like we've never tried to do that. I don't feel like we've done it consistently enough because we've only done it in big games and we do it as a 5, not so much at a 3. So I don't know if that's something we can try
Now, I'll be
to
honest
try
with
fix
you, bro.
out
If you're asking for my opinion, I'd rather die than see that.
Think about it.
No,
So move Shaw.
for me it's not.
Move Shaw.
It's not it for me.
Move Shaw into the back three.
Oh my god.
So let's say it's Shaw, Baye, and Maguire in the back three. We've got Taylor's playing there, and he can show us. We've got Ramba-Cycles improving a lot, and we play a 2 of either Rashford and Mason, or Rashford and Martial, or Rashford and Cavani.
Now you see,
I
the
don't
thing
know.
is, the difference is, I would do the same thing, but except instead of having the extra player in the back, I would play the diamond. I think that's what I would do. I would play the diamond. I would play Donny with these guys in the diamond, and I'll probably drop one of my forwards. I'll play a fast forward, and I'll probably play a finisher like Cavani at the moment, or Mason. That's what I would do.
I hear you, but I don't know. I've lost a little confidence in the diamond. But
Yeah, because Oli
there's
doesn't know what he's
something-
doing.
Yeah. It takes a big tactical genius to employ a diamond correctly. It's a very, very tough system to tactically get right. And Ollie just has struggled to do that, admittedly.
Exactly.
So-
That's why he banned it off. He did ban it. He tried it. He clearly didn't know what was going on. Even sometimes I said I seen the diamond once, properly once,
Yeah.
and then
it
ever
was
since that game, I'd
was
never
like,
seen it again. I never seen it again. When I see Pogba in the diamond, Pogba goes from here and then he goes there, and then Bruno comes here and then Bruno's there, and it's like no one knows what they're doing. And I'm like, you know what, ban it. It's fine. Ban it. You guys clearly don't know what the hell you guys are doing in the diamond.
Why I suggest this, I feel like we've only done the 3 at the back when we're scared. And I feel like it doesn't just have to end there. You know, people like England, they play 3 at the back. You do that when you're worried about the
yes,
quality of your
well-
centre backs. And you're worried, okay, Belgium, is that a better example?
Yeah.
Belgium.
Much better example.
Wow. And it's not just about playing deep every game when you do it. It can help your centre backs out when they're a bit poor. And you can even set it up in a way for it to be very progressive going forward. And with all his limited tactic ability, I think it's something we should try.
Yeah, again,
For
I
me,
get where
it's
you're
not
coming
it.
from.
I'll be honest, I respect it. For me, no.
Yeah.
I'd rather even see a
personally-
standard old
yeah.
school 4-4-2. I can't
Yeah.
with the back.
I personally don't even like
It doesn't
watching
really-
Chelsea play, in all honesty. I don't enjoy watching it. They just dominate the ball
Yeah,
and
even like
they make
Conte season.
nothing
That's why
happen.
whenever someone asks me about Conte season, I can't tell you anything because I probably couldn't be asked
Yeah.
back then about Conte.
Yeah, it doesn't scream Manchester United. It really doesn't.
That's
Like,
a side issue.
I don't know. I feel like sometimes history can hold us back a little. So
A little.
Alex
but
is
at the
great.
same
Don't.
time, That's pushing it.
Alex
I
is great.
think.
Yeah.
I definitely think it's just pushing a little bit too much, especially with our back 5. I don't like that we don't play, that we just play the 2 strikers and we overload the midfield instead. I prefer let us overload the wide positions, kind of like Chelsea right now, and play a 3-2-5, whatever that is, something like
Yeah,
that.
that's actually what Conte did, but I worry about the
Yeah.
midfield, to be honest.
Yeah, I do too. But if you're going to play, let's say, a Bruno and a Donny, I think they would run that midfield 9 times out of 10 in every single game and give everything possible just as a 2 pivots. It definitely could work. I just don't know if Oli can implement it correctly because when we have seen the back 5, it's been in very weird situations where you would expect us to be very defensive and not very offensive. Because if we're just using it to be defensive, he's not even
Yeah,
considering it as a possibility moving forward. It's the sad part.
he's never has,
Yeah,
which is a shame.
exactly. But it's definitely a possibility.
But yeah, I go back to the question.
Yes.
Fix the front three way.
Oh, I even forgot I had to do that. Oh my gosh.
Exactly. Got sidetracked.
Jeez, my life, this is hard.
Because this is the problem at the moment. Honestly, that is the problem with United. These guys can't finish. Even though I agree with you, Maloto. We should be having a lot more chances. These guys should be having a lot more chances. But some of the chances they even get, that should be gone. That's a goal. That's a goal. So what's going on? What is going on? Even Cavani, this myth about Cavani is in form. No, he's got 2 more goals than Martial. He's not in form. It's okay. And 2 of them were in this fixture last year. Not last year, when you know what I mean. At the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
Beginning of the season.
Look, the front
yeah.
I've said I don't want this, you know, the one I'm about to say. But for this game, I think something needs to change. And it won't happen because he won't play Donny. But I would like to see us try a Rashford, Martial, and Donny on the right.
No, it's not bad.
For the sake of changing something.
I have the key. I have the secret weapon to
Let's
fix
go,
this
man.
front.
I'm all ears.
Okay.
I'm all ears, man.
His name is Joe Hugel.
Oh no, that's even less chance of happening than
Yeah, it's
Mengi
never gonna
play.
Oh,
happen.
it's the spike in the under 23s.
Yeah, he's an under 23 superstar.
He's a superstar. He's definitely
He's a superstar at under 23 level. He's 17. He's younger than Diallo. He got twice the amount of goals Diallo got in that game against Liverpool. And he's just a striker in form right now. And I'm not gonna lie, any
There's
striker
no chance.
scoring
You
goals
play-
is better.
Boy, you're playing.
It's tough.
I'm
It's tough,
very
you
much
can't-
saying because it's never gonna happen.
Can you really
Yeah,
pull
if
out
that
someone from the
happens,
under
if
23
that
and start
happens, boy,
them?
I will give you all I don't even know. I'll give you everything. I'll give you everything if that happens.
Let's do the whole lot.
Yeah, get
Let's
my
do the whole
house.
lot.
Just
Hugo,
come, take my house.
Hugo, Diallo, who else? And Mason.
Nice.
If these
Go there, yeah, hold on.
players.
Hugo, Mason, Diallo, go for it. Oh, fuck this.
That's mad. But like genuinely, striker is a big concern for us right now. So I do hope Oli is looking at the youth as a potential, even if he's not going to implement it right away. I do see it as a long-term solution because this kid has been honestly tearing up the under 23s. I think he's top goal scorer, and he hasn't played as many games as anyone else. I think it's 14 games, 15 goals right now. That's
10 games, 14 goals, 2 assists.
10 games, 14 goals, 2 assists. There you go. That's the exact stats for you. There's something like that.
Something like that.
But this man is in serious form. And right now, our strikers are failing to just score tap-ins.
The problem
So, like,
is,
I
though,
think
the problem,
17-year-olds that can score a tap-in.
The problem is,
there.
that is true, but when you bring in a kid to men's football, oh, it's a whole different...
I feel like if we're gonna go down that road, might as well play striker.
Yeah, I might as well play
Enjoy
Bruno
that.
at striker.
Yeah. Again, I'm okay with that. Imagine Rashford, Mason,
But
Diallo.
honestly, there's a
And
lot of
Milic.
things, but I'm asking for a realistic way that Oli
Okay,
will do it.
realistic way. If I'm
Oli,
Oli,
yeah.
I'm gonna bash my head against the wall. That front three till it works.
So that happens
That's what Oli's
realistically.
gonna- Realistically, that's what's gonna happen. Oli's gonna bash
Play
his
that
head
front
against the wall
three.
until that front three works.
Yeah.
Until
The
somebody
realistic answer is probably Martial on the left again, Cavani to the middle, and Rashford on the
yeah, just something along the lines.
Basically,
of
what you're
that
saying
front
is,
three.
what we're saying is, boys, we are actually in big trouble. That's what you're
Yes.
saying. We're in big trouble.
Yes.
Now, I'll be
Very
honest.
big
This is what I'm thinking.
I wouldn't say that. I feel like I don't know. I
We're
don't
in big
know.
trouble
I
because
feel like
Bruno's not firing, and then our strike line isn't firing as well. So what do you want us to do? It's literally everything has been exhausted, and we've got nothing we can do right now. We're in big trouble as it stands.
I feel like it's possible we might bounce back and keep winning games the way we've been
Definitely.
winning them.
Definitely.
But is that sustainable is the question, as you guys have been saying for a long time.
Now,
So
this is my idea. Chris. This
I don't know.
Just hear me out. This is what I would do, realistically. This is something he could do, and it is a little bit more realistic than Clayton's one, okay? Leave Rashford on the left. You know what? I know he needs a rest and everything, but I'm just saying, let's just say people are fit, right? Let's just say people are in good condition. Leave Rashford on the left. Clearly, Rashford loves the left, okay? Leave the boy in the left. Leave Cavani in the middle. Because even though I don't believe he's just one star, I do believe Cavani as soon as he starts getting a run of games, you'll probably see him start scoring more of those tap-ins, you know, like you said. So I would leave Cavani. However, there's always a common problem at United. We do not have a right winger. Oh look, we signed Diallo. He's a right winger who scores goals and creates goals. Play Diallo. Chuck him in the deep end. Just chuck. It's time. Just throw him. Throw him in the deep end. See what happens. Which can happen. Oli spoke highly of him. Chuck him in the deep end. Then you have Martial and Mason Greenwood to build back their form. We've seen Greenwood already starting to build back his form. Martial, I have full faith that he will build back his form. And then we can, revert. However, if you're asking what I would do in this game still, I think that's what Oli could do, realistically. The most other realistic thing, a little bit more realistic from Oli could do, is that I would love to see our OG front three back. Can't lie. I want to. I believe Mason is coming back. There's just something different about Martial in the middle and Rashford on the left. It's his favorite position, so let him be comfortable.
I think it's probably the most realistic thing because just give them a run of games and see what they can do. But I'm gonna channel my Ricky a little, and for the immediate, for this game, there is the solution of playing one matter.
Nah, I'm gonna go sleep actually.
I think I'll pass on the reviews. Well, yeah.
He's more creative than the rest of them, and it's not sustainable.
I'll tell you this much, bro. If I see Mata play on the right wing
over Diallo,
over Diallo, Mason, Martial, and Donny, I'm giving him a -10. I'll be honest with you. I'm giving him a -10.
What if Mata gets 3 assists?
-10.
Yeah, no, I'm just kidding, dude. It's not sustainable. Yeah. And if you're gonna play Mata, might as well play Donny.
And that's the problem, because Mata and James, they're taking 2 spots on the bench that he never uses anyways. He never uses them. Never. So just bring on Diallo on the bench. Bring him on the bench at least. Imagine we had Diallo on the bench for Arsenal, and then he did what he did in the under-23s for us. Mad. And then we have a right winger. All he's spoken. He's what's actually he talks the talk. Now walk the walk with Diallo. He said he's this amazing thing in the training. He said his debut is coming a lot sooner than we think. Do it.
Yeah. Let's just play Taylor's on the left, actually.
Taylor's left.
To be honest with you, you're onto something, because he probably has more of a brain than Rashford, and he doesn't have to defend it. So I'm all for it.
Yeah.
If he crosses, all day he crosses, and all that, it's just to find his head. I'll take it. Just do it. Because Rashford ain't shooting anymore. Rashford ain't dribbling anymore. Rashford ain't sprinting anymore. He's not jumping for headers. He's not cutting in. He never passed anyways in his life. Rashford's basically.
While we're at it, you might as well play 4-4-2 and play Rooney.
Yeah, bring back Rooney. Play in there, put character in midfield. Might as well just take it all.
It honestly for himself, boys. It's okay.
I would actually prefer Oli to be on the pitch rather. I'd honestly prefer.
Imagine.
Yeah, but
the imagery is hilarious.
But yeah, boys, we got a big problem, and that's the thing now. That's the thing though, because as great as Bruno is, right? Realistically, he can't always get you a goal every single game. Obviously, we know he's been doing that for like the whole season and the whole year has been at United, but he can't do that. He's not a striker. It's not his job. But the boys need to start scoring, and that's why I kind of sympathize with Oli, because if we weren't getting chances, I'd be like, that is still Oli's fault. Where is Cavani stepping? What must Cavani do? But Cavani got 2 tap-ins, Rashford got an open goal, and they still didn't score that. Now there's worries. Now if I'm Oli, I'm stressing. I'm like, what are you guys doing? Boys, what? And what? This is not something we knew. This is not something we know under Oli. Because we always knew our strikers under Oli, and Oli being a world-class striker himself, he fixes these things. Surely, you think with Cavani.
The irony is so funny because
we'd get goals.
We saw him with a horrible midfield, but somehow he was getting the front line to fire.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden now with a better midfield, it's going south. It's just ridiculous.
It's just nothing can ever work with United. When the defense plays well, attack doesn't play well. When attack plays well, defense doesn't play well. When we have no midfield, our attack is carrying us. And when we have a midfield, our attack is disappeared. I don't understand. I don't understand.
It's like a curse sometimes.
So yeah, honestly, Ollie boy, I don't know what you're gonna do. And you know that's why this next part of the show is probably the hardest. I'm not gonna write it out, but it's the hardest. Because what are we saying, boys, for the score predictions?
We could lose this game. We could easily lose this game, but we could also win it. So I'm gonna choose to give him the benefit of the doubt. To win it, though, yeah, we have to be on some other level. We need to be completely focused, and we just need to grind through because there's a type of team that's going to work extremely hard, and if you don't match them, they're going to beat you or they're going to cause you trouble. But I'm going to go for a narrow 2-1 win.
Okay. We're playing at home now.
Double check.
I think we are.
Yeah, we are. Yeah, because we played at their stadium last time.
Hey, that changed my opinion.
Yeah, it is. It is at home. Okay, cool. I've definitely got my answer cemented in stone now. 2-1 Southampton.
Wow. Can't argue with it, really.
No.
I can see it happen.
Let me process. Let me process.
We're playing at home, boy. That cemented my opinion. I'm sorry.
Okay.
We were poor.
I know what the thing is. I called this game last time, like almost to the T. So I'm gonna try to do it again.
Yeah. And then Cavani and just rest it up at the end there.
They will score a corner. They will score another set piece. Ward pass. You know what the thing is? Our forwards aren't firing. Usually I'd say 2-2 because our forwards are firing. Now they're not firing. So I'm gonna go with Clay as well. 2-1 Southampton.
It's clear what the problem is here. We don't know how to play like a big team. Hence why we're so bad at home. And away from home, we can sit back and counter and be a bit more reserved. While the other team feel the onus to come out a little bit. So, yeah, Ole, you have to do your job and fix that.
Yeah.
Even if these guys weren't set piece kings, we always have the chance of still conceding 2 goals because our defense is just shite. So,
Nah.
yeah, I agree with Clay.
But United, there's always a chance of conceding some easy goal out of nowhere. No matter what our form is.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So there we
so-
go, boys. We're back to normal. It didn't last too long. You know, where we all predicted wins and we were winning and we were feeling good. Now it's back to normal. We're predicting losses, draws. Nice. That's how it lasted, boys. You know, I enjoyed my time at the top of the league. I enjoyed benching everyone. You know.
And like, if you look at Man City, they don't defend so well because they're always focused and they're always in the right position. They defend so well because they hold the ball so much,
Yeah.
And the
They
other
just
team
pass
doesn't
it for
get
fun,
as many
usually.
chances.
They just
to
pass it for
terrorize
fun.
them.
You just can't get the ball. They'll pass it in circles.
Yeah. So I don't know. I feel like we need to maybe just pick one style. As Clayton says, we don't know what we are. Maybe we just need to pick one style and just work on that week in, week out. If we're gonna sit back and counter, let's just always do that. At least it makes sense.
The other thing is, we do this with Moloto all the time. I don't know how long we've been doing this show for. We've done this with Moloto all the time. We convert him, then Oli goes on a run. It's like, guys, so Oli, I'm having faith in him. And he does this, and Moloto's like, guys, you're not me.
No, I'm not converted. I'm still backing him up. Still backing him up.
Yeah, but anyways,
I honestly feel like this guy can grow. I honestly feel like he can grow.
He can,
I think
but I
he's
think
done
he's
a lot for us.
Manchester United.
We'll see. I know. I just feel like he's done so much for us, and I feel like I've been caught in the whole, what's the word? Reactionary nature of football. I'm not saying that that's what you guys are doing. You're very entitled to your opinion, but I just don't want to be caught in that anymore. I want to give this manager time and let him finish his project, and then assess it afterwards.
Yeah, to be fair, I was never really reactionary. I've been Oli out since then, even despite our amazing top of the league run.
I still think
I still said this was going to happen, and then now obviously it's kind of happened. And like I said with United in the last preview, when the bubble pops, it pops. Lost to Sheffield, draw to Arsenal, and now me and Clay predicting lost to Southampton. Not looking good.
And that's the problem.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we'll just have to see what happens. Hopefully we win. I always want the boys to win. Hopefully Bruno shows up.
Confidence team.
Because the other way it could happen. Let's just say Bruno showed up, goal. Cavani showed up, goal. Rashford shows up, goal. Mason, Martial, or I might even goal. That's 4 goals. That's already 4 goals.
Exactly.
So it is what it is. But we'll still concede. I don't care what form we in. We always concede goals. So it is what it is. But anyways, it's been a good show. Is there anything else you guys want to say?
I just hope Liverpool are shocking. They probably aren't right now. Clay, do you know how they're doing?
That's normal. Nothing's happening.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Oh, actually, there's
Go on.
one more thing I'll say. Just before people think I hate Rashford this much that I won't bring it up. I actually almost forgot. Thank goodness I remember. But again, after Arsenal's performance, Marcus Rashford was suffering from racial abuse. I always said we said this in the last time. Criticism is fine. Racially abusing someone is definitely not fine. So, however, the way Rashford handled it, champion. The way if he handled it. If you haven't seen, I can't tell you how he did. Go read his Twitter because I can't remember the whole thing. But basically, he shut down everything. And I always respect Rashford like that. You can't not love the kid. He got a good head on his shoulders. He's a proper humble guy. He's passionate. He does so much for obviously his country and politics and charity and stuff. He's a very good person. Inspirational person. And despite him being as shit as he is on the football pitch at the moment, don't hate the guy. Don't racially abuse the guy. It's Marcus Rashford. He's one of my own. So stand by him, and that's all I'm gonna say. Because if you want to see what he said on Twitter, obviously go check his tweets. It's amazing what he did. It actually shut it down. I was like, fair play, Marcus. That's how you're supposed to really deal with it. Don't really moan about anything. Just shut it down like that. Don't even give it that much attention. So it is what it is. It's wrong. If you're a racist, come back. Like I said, screw you. I hope you get hit by a bus. If you see anything racist on social media, report it. All those things. Educate people on it. Because sometimes they might not even know they're being racist. Sometimes just really be like that. Like Cavani, look at it. It wasn't a racist thing. It was just a education problem. And obviously not knowing the surroundings or things like that. But anyways, on a positive note, if you are new to the channel, do subscribe, smash a like, comment down below. And let's just get the W, boys. And we will see you in our match reaction on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Tuesday. We will see you Tuesday. Not Champions League football, Premier League football, but Thursday night's coming up. And I'm just going to leave it at that.